We'll be looking at musicians and other performers who have had to cope with uninvited intrusions or attacks while on stage. Any attacks that resulted in the death of a performer, however, will be excluded. Here are the top 10 celebrities attacked on stage. Jeffries. Dealing with hecklers is an inevitable aspect of any stand-up comedian's profession, although it generally merely entails a funny retort rather than ducking and covering. Jeffries, an Australian-born comedian, writer, actor, and talk show host, was largely unknown on the worldwide comedy scene in 2007. That changed when he was performing at the Comedy Store in Manchester, England, when a member of the audience went up on stage and began pounding the comedian. 5 minutes before the attack, the apparently inebriated man was enraged by a remark made by another audience member, according to Jeffries. The man was eventually subdued by club security, and Jeffries triumphantly returned to the stage. Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato only wanted to get closer to her fans, but one audience member at a gig in Paraguay in 2012 got a little too close for comfort. During the show, Lovato apologized for feeling under the weather and offered concertgoers the opportunity to step closer to the stage to make amends. One fan took advantage of the loosened security, hopped on stage, and proceeded to give Lovato an unrequested bear hug, until security yanked her off and rescued Lovato. Lovato continued the show despite the fact that her kind gesture had blatantly failed. Pitbull. Pitbull is a performer that never misses a beat, even while he's being beaten. One angry audience member began tossing money on stage during a 2009 show. Pitbull yanked him up from the audience and welcomed him on stage when he wouldn't stop. Pitbull replied by hitting the man until security dealt with him after the fan threw money in the rapper's face. The most astounding part of the story is that Pitt did all of this while still singing Bojangles, and even justified his behavior in between verses. Justin Bieber. Dubai is a really memorable city to visit, according to all accounts, even for celebrities. Justin Bieber is unlikely to forget his 2013 tour dates in the city, and not for the reasons you may think. Someone found their way to the stage near the end of one of his shows, and went after the Biebs while he was playing the piano. Security reacted quickly, tackling not just the perpetrator but also the piano, knocking it down. Bieber, on the other hand, took it all in stride, not only finishing the show but also acting as if nothing had happened, later tweeting that nothing stops the show in true Belieber fashion. Beyonce. While most people understand that you don't mess with Queen Bey, one shirtless admirer in Brazil did not receive the memo. Not only did he meddle with Beyonce, but he also tried to drag her into the crowd as she was performing on the island-style stage in 2013, only to be prevented by security. Sasha Fierce, on the other hand, calmly kept performing, barely skipping a beat. She shook the fan's hand when it was ended before moving on to the next song, demonstrating that there were no hard feelings, and that she is the class act everyone believes she is. Noel Gallagher. As was the case with Noel Gallagher, attacks on stage can be exceptionally unpleasant and have a long-term impact on the famous victim. Before being tackled by security during an Oasis concert at Toronto's Virgin Music Festival in 2008, a man rushed on stage and tossed the guitarist into several of the onstage monitors. While Gallagher was able to finish the show, he did so with 3 shattered ribs, forcing the band to cancel a number of subsequent shows. He described it as being struck by a bus in a victim impact statement, though he later confessed to MTV2 that it might have been a lot worse. Britney Spears. When fans abruptly enter the stage, some celebs carry on as if nothing occurred. Others, like Britney Spears in 2009 at a concert in Connecticut, are clearly shaken, if only for a little while. A fan joined the apparently orchestrated ruckus when Spears was performing Womanizer. Britney shook significantly when she realized he wasn't going to be in her planned performance. The fan was dealt with by security and her dancers, who were dressed as sexy cops, oddly, so he couldn't touch the celebrity. Another fan leapt on stage during a Britney event in 2017, but security was considerably quicker to react this time. XXXTentacion. While this might be another case of a random audience member attacking a celebrity on stage, some suspect that the 2017 attack on XXXTentacion, which left the controversial rapper comatose, was linked to one of the star's numerous beefs. Because he was rushed from the side at a gig in San Diego, which also happens to be Rob Stone's birthplace, some local fans immediately blamed the rival rapper. Whatever the cause, security appears to have given the attacker a good thrashing as XXXTentacion was brought off stage. Kurt Cobain. It isn't always the crowd that you have to be concerned about. Kurt Cobain rushed into the crowd to body surf during an early rendition of Love Buzz, until one of the bouncers forcefully tried to pull him out. Cobain's Fender Jaguar collides with the bouncer's skull as he pushes him off, prompting the bouncer to retaliate against the grunge pioneer. Reeling Cobain back to the stage, the bouncer went full thug on him, punching the guitarist to the ground and kicking him while doing so, until the audience, and all 6 feet 7 inches of Krist Novoselic, dealt with him. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is known for caring more about his fans, even those who rush the platform, than for himself. During a 1996 concert in Seoul, South Korea, a fan leapt from the audience not only to the stage, but also to the crane that was carrying Jackson high over the audience. Jackson hung onto the fan to make sure he didn't fall, but he didn't stop singing or performing the entire ride out of fear for his safety. It was a once-in-a-lifetime moment for that rule-breaking fan, Jackson, and everyone else in attendance. Which of these celebs is your favorite? Please tell us in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more updates about your favorite celebrities.